Folks, in my 20 years in the league, countless draft days, free agency battles, and countless hours scouting. I've seen some wild moves, some jaw-dropping signings, but what I'm about to tell you, it's on a whole other level. Something so seismic, so unprecedented, that if it wasn't coming from my insider sources, I wouldn't believe it myself. But I'm here to tell you, the NFL's landscape is about to shift forever. Right now, as you listen, a clandestine deal is being meticulously crafted behind closed doors, and the ripple effects will shake not just the AFC, not just the league, but the very fabric of NFL history. Trust me when I say, what I'm about to reveal could be the biggest trade rumor of the last decade, and it's happening right now. Now I need you to hit that subscribe button, smash that like, and make sure your notifications are on because this isn't just a rumor. It's a countdown to what could be the most shocking offseason move in NFL history. If you're truly plugged into the inner circle, you'll understand that what I'm about to disclose is just the tip of the iceberg. This isn't about idle speculation. This is about insider intel, a secret so explosive that I've only shared bits with a handful of trusted sources. And the more I dig, the clearer it becomes. The NFL's power players are about to make a move that will rewrite the story of the 2026 season. Now brace yourselves because what I'm about to unfold might seem unbelievable, but I've got the receipts, contracts, team dynamics, logistics, and raw insider knowledge that confirms this is real. Let me take you into the darkened corridors of NFL backrooms, where whispers of this deal have been circulating for weeks, with the kind of secrecy that only the league's top brass can pull off. It begins with a simple but devastating truth. Patrick Mahomes, yes, the Mahomes, is about to be traded. And not just to anyone, he's heading to the Baltimore Ravens. But you ask why? What's the real story behind this colossal upheaval? Well, buckle up because the layers here are deeper than you ever imagined. First, let's frame the current landscape. As of January 21, 2026, Mahomes is recovering from a torn ACL sustained late last season. His future is uncertain, but insiders tell me the Chiefs are prepared for the worst. His recovery timeline, precisely what everyone predicted, around 9 to 11 months. That's crucial because it leaves the door wide open for a transaction that can reshape the AFC. The Chiefs, under new management, who is still in the process of hiring a new GM after Chris Jones's public trade requests and a turbulent 2025, are now eyeing a rebuild. But this isn't just about rebuilding. It's about gutting what's left of the dynasty and setting the stage for a new chapter, one that hinges on a franchise-altering move. Meanwhile, in Baltimore, the Ravens are in chaos. The fall of 2025 saw the team dump their longtime coach John Harbaugh, who parted ways with owner Steve Bisciotti after an embarrassing 6-11 season, a sharp decline from their playoff runs in previous years. The Ravens' front office, led by GM Eric DeCosta, is desperate to regain their footing. But they're not just looking for a stopgap. They want a superstar, a generational talent, someone who can elevate the team from mere playoff contender to Super Bowl favorite. And that's where Mahomes comes in. Imagine the scene inside the Ravens' war room. A clandestine meeting, a flurry of whispers, a master plan taking shape. The proposal on the table. An unprecedented deal, Mahomes, in a stunning NFL blockbuster, will be traded from Kansas City to Baltimore. I've confirmed that the initial negotiations are already underway, with both sides cautiously testing the waters. And here's the kicker. Sources close to the negotiations say the package being discussed would make NFL history. A combination of multiple high draft picks, key veterans, and a hefty salary cap restructure to accommodate Mahomes' massive contract. We're talking about a deal potentially worth 3 first-round picks, a young superstar or two, and a sizable cap hit that's manageable only through a series of clever salary maneuvers. Why would Kansas City, already mourning their first non-playoff season since 2014, agree to such a radical move? The answer is multi-layered. First, the Chiefs are at a crossroads. The injury to Mahomes, though he's determined to return, poses a long-term question mark. Their roster, still talented but aging in key spots, needs a reset. Second, Mahomes' draft stock, while still sky-high, is now tempered by injury concerns, and the league's top teams are preparing their counter-strategies. Third, the Chiefs face a league where the AFC West is tightening with the Chargers, Raiders, and Broncos all aggressively rebuilding. Kansas City's window might be closing faster than they'd like. But Baltimore, they see this as a golden window. The Ravens, since acquiring Lamar Jackson in 2018, have had glimpses of real greatness, a dynamic offense, innovative schemes, and a passionate fan base craving the next supernova. And now, they're willing to roll the dice on Mahomes, who in Baltimore's scheme could be unleashed in ways no other team can match. Think about it. Gillette Stadium-sized crowds, the city's passion, the perfect coaching staff, pending a new hire after Harbaugh's departure. The Ravens are convinced Mahomes' unique arm talent, football IQ, and unshakable charisma can turn their franchise into a perennial powerhouse. Now, how does this trade really work? First, let's break down the mechanics. Kansas City, as I've learned from my sources, is eyeing a package centered around 3 first-round picks, including their 2026 and 2027 selections, plus a veteran player or two, possibly a young star like Zay Flowers or Nnamdi Madubuike, to sweeten the deal. The cap hit. It's complicated, but both sides are prepared to do a series of restructures, extensions, and even some creative void years to make it happen. Kansas City is looking to clear cap space for their rebuild while acquiring enough draft capital to restock a roster that's now in transition. For Baltimore, landing Mahomes means they're willing to sacrifice some future draft picks and adjust their cap planning, probably through a combination of restructures, extensions, and possibly trading away a key veteran or two. The payoff: an immediate shot of supercharged talent, a franchise quarterback who can elevate their game plan and restore their identity as AFC contenders. But what about the ripple effects? The league is abuzz. NFL insiders whisper about a league-shaking move that would put Baltimore back at the top of the AFC pecking order. Rivals like the Bengals, Bills, and Dolphins are already nervously eyeing this potential megadeal. The very idea of Mahomes in Baltimore ignites visions of Ravens, a fence that could rival the greatest in league history. Think of a revamped version of the 2000s Patriots or the 2010 Seahawks, but with Mahomes' magic at the core. And it's not just about talent. It's about message. The Ravens would be saying loud and clear, "We're all in." They're willing to pay any price to get that championship edge. Meanwhile, Kansas City would be signaling a new era, one in which they pivot from dynasty to rebuild, perhaps even clearing space for a young quarterback or a veteran splash signing. But the true genius behind this: it's the mastermind. Inside sources tell me that Ravens ownership has been quietly briefing agents, strategizing behind the scenes, and even working on contingency plans should Mahomes agree. This isn't just a fantasy. It's a meticulously crafted plan that involves multiple layers of chess moves, cap gymnastics, and strategic negotiations. The billion-dollar question: will this happen before the draft, before free agency, or is this just a smokescreen? Now, diving into the film, the metrics, and the technical details, what makes Mahomes the perfect fit for Baltimore? First, his arm talent is unmatched. The no-look passes, the sidearm throws, the deep bombs. His ability to extend plays and manipulate defenses is legendary. In 2024, Mahomes posted a passer rating of 107.2, with 38 touchdowns and just 7 interceptions, despite some injury concerns. His advanced metrics, EPA, expected points added, QBR, and CPOE, completion percentage over expected, are among the league's elite. To put it simply, Mahomes is still in his prime, and his ability to elevate a team's offense is second to none. Furthermore, he's a perfect fit schematically. Baltimore's offense, under the revamped offensive staff, once the new coach is hired, would maximize Mahomes' strengths, spread concepts, option routes, creative play designs. Imagine Mahomes leading an offense with explosive weapons like Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, and a finally healthy Rashad Bateman. This is a team that could transform into a high-octane, unpredictable unit, with Mahomes orchestrating like a maestro. From a leadership standpoint, Mahomes' intangibles are legendary. His charisma, high football IQ, and ability to perform under pressure make him the kind of franchise-changing quarterback every team dreams of. Add to this his experience in postseason pressure situations, 3 Super Bowls, 2 MVPs, and you have a player who can carry a team in the toughest moments. What about the worst-case scenarios? Of course, there are risks: injury recurrence, the cap hit, potential chemistry issues after just a short acclimation period. But these are mitigated by Baltimore's veteran leadership, strong offensive line, still anchored by Ronnie Stanley, and a coaching staff eager to innovate. The upside far outweighs the downside. In the end, my verdict? This move is not just plausible, it's inevitable if the negotiations proceed as expected. Mahomes in Baltimore will become the league's most talked-about story in 2026. It's a marriage of talent, ambition, and necessity. And mark my words, if this happens, the NFL will never be the same again. Stay tuned because what's happening behind the scenes right now is beyond anything you've ever seen. In a league built on whispers, secrets, and power plays, this trade could define a new era. When history looks back, they'll ask, did we see it coming? Were we ready? Get your popcorn ready, folks. The most explosive offseason in NFL history is just about to reach its climax. And trust me, you want to be on the right side of this story because the moment it breaks, everything changes.